I think Mr. Anishi is out of station, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a very busy businessman.
Busy with business?
Maybe. Not sure about that.
Making money.
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
That's good.
So we are in JavaScript fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
So let's cd to JavaScript underscore fundamentals fun. All right. And let's type code space dot enter. Wonderful. Okay. Now, JavaScript actually can lot of things for us. JavaScript can display time and date. We have seen in inbuilt or built-in function, date function. Okay. And we can write our own function. In the last class, we have seen it.
Yeah.
Now, not only that, JavaScript can change the style of the web page. JavaScript can change content even, okay? So JavaScript can change HTML content of the page, content of the elements, whatever inside the content, inside the elements, JavaScript can change it. Okay. All right. Just a minute. Okay. I think it's being recorded. All right.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I check it. Okay. Now we are inside JavaScript fundamentals. Let's ls and check what do we have. We have some files. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Touch is a command. Command to create a folder, right?
File.
No, it is to create a new file. Good.
New file, yeah.
Touch, I want to say we have already indexed, so I have to change content dot html. Okay. All right. Change content dot html and shifts exclamation sign enter. What is the name of it? Can you tell me?
Yeah. Boiler paste.
Boilerplate.
Plate.
Plate. Boilerplates.
Boiler.
Okay. Or you can say main structure
Metadata.
of HTML. Okay.
What is it? Can I repeat it?
Main structure.
Main structure. Okay.
Main structure.
Or
We call it
metadata.
boilerplates.
Metadata plate.
No.
No.
No. Metadata is just information.
Oh, information.
Data. Okay. So you can say boilerplates. or you can say HTML boilerplate. Okay, now
Yeah.
what we are going to do, we are going to
Change the
change
HTML
contents of the HTML. Okay,
content.
all right, so I can say, what can JavaScript do? And I can say, inside the p tag, JavaScript can change HTML content
Content. Yeah.
or content inside the element, whatever you say. Okay, now to do it, we have to take action, and definitely it is going to be click. Okay,
Mm.
so to click, we need to create a button. Okay, and inside the button I can say click, click here to change the content, say for example. Okay, now you know already how we can do it. Do you know? You know how to do it? To do it,
Uh,
we need ID first, definitely, and you can name it anything. Okay, changing content, say for example,
mm.
ID is changing content. And what is ID?
Attribute
ID is attribute. And what is
and
changing
value.
content?
Value.
Value. Value of the attribute. We say attribute name and attribute value.
Value.
In brief, we say attribute and value.
Value.
Okay, ID and its value. Now, JavaScript code will be written inside the element, but specially and mandatorily, it will be written in the opening tag, inside the opening tag.
Inside the
Remember, whatever program we do, whatever code we write, when we write inside the element, we write inside the
inside the
opening tag.
opening tag.
Opening tag. Always remember. And type is definitely button. Okay. And event will be on click. So when we will click, it will say content has been changed. Say for example, content has been changed. When we click, it will be the content replaced of this content by this ID. So I can say on click, it will happen. Now, what will it happen? I can say documents dot Now you see we have a lot of methods and functions. So it will be get element by ID because we have ID. Okay. So
Mm.
get element by ID, and you know what is ID.
Mm.
It can be single or double
Double quotation.
quotation. Actually, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, ID is changing content. Okay. What next? What are we going to change? That is very important, right?
Mm.
What we are going to change? Inner elements. Inner elements inside the HTML content
Content.
or HTML element. Okay. So it should be dot inner HTML. All right. Now there is a quotation mark here, and quotation mark will be ending right here. Okay.
Mm.
So it's now difficult to put one. Now, always remember, if you put single quotation here,
Yeah. The closing should be single.
closing should be single. And all the quotation inside the parenthesis will be double.
Double.
Or if you use single here, it should be double. Because
Oh.
you cannot use both double here.
Mm.
Then JavaScript cannot differentiate.
Mm.
JavaScript cannot
It will mess up.
distinguish. There are two different quotations.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you use here single, then you have to use here double.
Double.
You cannot use both double.
Yeah.
All right. Now, right button click. I think it will work. Open with live server. JavaScript can change HTML content. Click here to change the content.
Mm.
Content has been changed.
Uh,
All right.
mm-hmm.
So JavaScript can change content. No. Since you practice with document.get element by ID earlier,
Mm.
I think it will be easier for you to remember. Now,
Mm.
document.get element by ID, you will be using so many times
Types.
in front-end web development. So this is very, very important to practice a lot. Most of the time, you will be dealing with on click, on event, and get element by ID, as well as you will be writing lot of functions many times.
Mm.
So it is very, very important to practice again and again
Mm.
writing this code. Okay. And I will suggest you to style, whatever page you develop, whatever code you are writing with JavaScript, I will suggest you at the same time to practice styling it. Style it. Try to be creative. It will help you later when you will develop a very responsive website. And very soon we are going to do it. But before doing it, you have to be comfortable, especially dealing with on-click document.get element, okay, by id dot inner HTML is equal to,
Yeah. A lot of comments.
yeah, whatever you want to change, the content is here, okay. So usually when you go to e-commerce website, you will see when you click somewhere, it's telling something. Congratulations, you did it. Congratulations, you are getting 75% off today, you know. So when you are offering, like changing the content, you're offering something to the client, Anisur Rahman sir will not leave the website without buying at least $400 products, right? Oh
Right.
goodness, I'm buying $400 products in just $100, you know.
Yeah.
So these are very tiny JavaScript code, but very, very important. All right. Now, Ratan sir, do you understand?
Yes, I understand. I understand that I have to memorize and practice more and more document dot get element by ID like this command
You
is
don't
on
need
click.
to, you don't need to memorize.
So I have to need practice.
You have to practice.
Yeah, I have to
First, you
practice.
have to understand what you are doing.
Mhm.
JavaScript can change what it can change contents.
Yeah.
Okay. So the content, JavaScript can change HTML content. It can change actually any content. Now, how you will change it? To change it, whatever you want to be replaced by any other content, you have to put ID inside the what? Inside the
Opening tag.
opening tag. ID will be inside the opening tag. You want to change this content. Whatever you want to change or replaced by some other contents, you have to give ID to the content, and the ID will be inside the opening tag, always inside the opening tag, not inside the closing tag. Then you have to write JavaScript code inside the button where you want to click. And when someone will click, it will change the content. So click here to change the content, or click here to find offer or discount, okay, or click here to see the music. So it will be, type will be definitely button, it is button always, and event will be on click when someone click. content will change, and this is the ID of the content you are going to change. Okay, and document dot get element by ID. This is ID. Okay, and what you are going to change, whatever content inside the HTML, means inner HTML, equal to the content you want to be replacing in place of this content. Okay, clear? Now style it. First you can say body. Now tell me, what is body here? What is
Body here, right here. It means the whole thing.
CSS selector? This is selector. We are selecting body to style it. Okay, so body is CSS selector here. Okay, background. What is background here? Background color.
Element.
What is it? This is CSS properties.
Properties.
And these are values, right? So this is CSS selector. This is CSS properties. And this is value.
Value.
Always remember, these are very common question. Okay, if you cannot explain what is it,
selector.
now sometimes silly question, you can be asked, how do you style? How do you style? Or what is the structure of CSS? Or how do you style? Just how do you style? You have to say, I use CSS selector. Whatever I want to style, I select with CSS selector, then put curly braces. Okay, inside the curly braces, I use CSS properties and values. That's the answer. Very simple. Then I can say color. Color can be black. Color is always text color, remember. And margin can be 100. What else? Padding can be 25 pixel. All right. And what else can you can say pre-tag background color coral. Okay, color can be and I don't know how it would look. It would look like.
Doesn't matter. It's fine.
Okay, doesn't matter. I can say margin. I don't need margin actually here.
For
I
the
can say
button.
padding 10 pixel.
Border radius.
Border radius, okay, but if you want to say border radius, then there should be border first.
Oh, okay. First should be border. Okay.
You can say height 30 pixel, then width maybe 80%. And if you want border, then
The border.
how many elements will there be?
3.
3. 1 pixel red and solid. Okay. Now you can copy it and
For a
choose
stack.
button.
Oh, button.
Actually, I can paste it here. Okay, just change it to button. Definitely, I want it different color, yellow, and color should be crimson, say for example. All right, padding 10 pixel, height. I want it to be bigger, 50, and I want it to be 5 pixel. And also I want font size to be 30. All right, let's see. All right, I want it to be larger, and button should be
Smaller.
where is button like 40%. Border radius 10 pixel, and I want font size 35 pixel. Ooh. All right. Okay. Getting better. How we can bring it to the center? What will be the
Text center.
texts align?
Align.
Okay.
Text align center. Yeah.
Center. Better, right?
It's better. Yeah.
Now it can be 30% and we can make it little.
The text will go little up.
Yeah. I think we can say border radius 15 pixel. And width can be 35. I think 35 is okay. I can make it 1 pixel. That's better, right?
That's better. Yeah.
All right. How long it will take to practice? 15 minutes? 20 minutes?
But it's tough to get everything because still, I mean, confused with those. I mean, command like get ID.
Okay.
Otherwise, I could do
First, this is nothing, just headline. And whatever you want to change, it doesn't mean you have to keep it here. It can be anywhere. It can be even, you can take it, cut it out and put here. It doesn't matter. But your button
has to be inside the body.
Yeah. It doesn't matter actually. But
Okay.
but
The command
button usually
ID.
we keep buttons bottom, so we will keep it here. Actually, it doesn't matter. And button is always type button, remember. If you don't write it, it doesn't matter. But it is the best practice. Whenever you create button, you type button. Okay. And what you are going to do, you are going to use an event, and that is on click. When you click, it will change the content.
Okay.
How you can change it? You have to change the inner HTML, and to do it, you have to use document.get element by ID. This is inbuilt function, method or function, same. And when you are saying by ID, there must be an ID. So ID is this one.
This one.
And what do you want to change? Inner HTML, right? You are going to change inner HTML. What content? What content is going to be replaced by? Just right here. It can be anything. It can be telling the client, congratulations, you won $100 free stops today. Okay. Or you can give the coupon here, maybe 2021, 50% off, something like that, whatever. The idea is changing the content when you click, right? So maybe first time when you code, it will not work. Then try again, then try again. Usually it'll take 10 minutes. Since you have to struggle for the second time, third time, it'll take 15 to 20 minutes. Then we will see how it can change also the style. Okay. JavaScript can also change the style,
Style.
the font size.
Change everything. We have to make ID or
Yes, always.
always make an ID.
Right,
Wherever we are changing.
right.
Before that, inside the opening
Because
tag.
we have to use in builds or builds in method get element by ID.
Already.
Document dot get element by
So
ID.
yeah.
So we need ID to do
So
it.
first line is okay, but second line we do the button.
First, create a button.
Create a button and then type button.
Then write the even on click.
Type button
Equal to document dot get element
and
by
then
ID in builds.
on click.
Then
This is the
tell
event.
how you are going to change dot inner HTML. Then what you are going to be replaced by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you go back little? So on click button. Yeah. So on click equal to document. It will come automatically if we write down click.
Yes, yes. When you type document dot, it will come automatically
Document.
because it is in build function, in build method.
Get element by ID. So it will up to the by ID. It will come automatically.
Yeah.
And then I'll put the parenthesis inside the parenthesis. Changing.
Parenthesis also come by default.
By default, parenthesis also comes.
Just you have to put the quotation mark and the ID. Then put dot and inner HTML will come by default.
Okay.
Okay. Then equal to whatever you want to be replaced by.
Replaced by.
Then don't forget this little quotation mark. It starts before document and ends
here. And here.
And whatever you want to write on your button, you can just right click here, or you can offer something. It doesn't matter.
And then I have to write
and you have to style it.
Style, yeah.
You can style on your way. On my way, yeah. You can be more creative. You know, you can even just copy and you can use whatever you want. Okay. All right. So take 20 minutes. You can discuss each other. Or you can go somewhere and check if you want to. You can watch a YouTube video or go to W3 School, but don't copy paste. Okay.
Yeah, just practice right type.
Be creative. Don't just copy. You can take the idea, you can look at it, but be creative.
Mm-hmm.
Write something different. Okay?
Okay. All right.
All right. See you in next 15 minutes.
Okay.
Knock me when you complete.
Okay.
See you again.